Okay, hi guys, this is Johanna, and she is going to be my model for the older girls. Now, the only difference between this that we're going to do is Johanna's going to have eyelashes, where the younger girls won't, so the older girls are going to have eyelashes on their face. So the same thing, I'm just using the same foundation, the Covergirl, okay, and I'm just going to section from her cheek. So like I said, you want to section from her cheek, and you kind of just want to blend it in all like on her cheekbone and then brush it down and blend in, and then you're going to section off from her forehead here. Make sure you blend into the eyebrow like I said before. She's a little bit taller than Gabby, so. Okay, look up with your eyes. Underneath her eyelid. Yeah, the younger girls, you don't need to do this as much. Sorry, I didn't warn you. But older girls, make sure you get underneath their eyelid because. Close again. Like this. Underneath. Look up again. Close. And then go up, girl. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I got them. Okay. So that is her foundation. And then now, let me see, I'm going to do her eyelid primer. So like again, this is the Smashbox brand, but any face moisturizer you could just put on top of the eyelid. You don't have to use a primer. This just gives the eyeshadow something to actually stick to, so it's not running right off, especially when they're dancing. Their eyeshadow usually comes off quite easily. And it also gives the eyelid a little bit of color too. If you just want to blend it in. Okay. Her primer's on, and now we're going to use the same palette that I used on Gabby. Again, it is the Covergirl. palette, and then I have two different Covergirl palettes. So one is just a straight purple, and then this one has a little bit of color in it. I'm just going to use the purples though. So what you want to do with the eye is you want to section off her eye, if you can close for a minute, section off her eye into like 3 pieces. So you have the corner crease of her eye, and then you have the middle section of her eye, and then you have the outer wing of her eye. So really just section it off. So on the innermost, on her crease of her eye, in the corner, you're going to use the lightest color. Okay? Close. And I start out light. You kind of want to dab it more than brush it along, because if you dab it, it really gets into the skin and it sticks to the primer. So think more of dabbing rather than just brushing. So with the older girls, you can kind of really, the younger girls, you don't want to make them look too mature. So with the older girls, you can really get a little crafty with their look. So if you could see from here, Johanna's is a little bit darker than Gabby's. But it's still just a baseline of it. So like you can see, it's just the corner section, and I kind of just faded out. I just made like a messy line, because now we're going to go into the second part, part 2 of her eye. And we're going to kind of blend that in with the line. And then now you're going to take the darkest color that you have. So now she has 2 shades on. And you're going to kind of make it like a triangle from the crease of her eye, and then you're going to draw it down to the wing. So you're going to make it a little bit of a dramatic draw, but make sure you want to start it from the crease. Don't start too dark though. And then I'm going to smudge here in the corner, and then I'm going to drag it up. You don't want to think of drawing it out like this. You want to think of dragging it up like towards her eyebrow. And we're going to drag it up like that. And kind of just blend it all together. So now that you have your whole eyeshadow down, you're going to take that original color that you used right here, because you only came up to the crease with the triangle, you don't want to meet the eyebrow. So now with that little color, the lightest color that you use, you're just going to kind of skim the eyebrow with it and just blend it in to the eyebrow, but don't make it so thick. You just kind of want to blend it so she doesn't have a sharp line coming from her crease. You got me open? Good, perfect. Close. Okay, so now we're going off to the other eye, and the same thing, we're starting with the lightest color in the crease. And then, like I said, I made like a little bit of a messy line. And like I said again, I'm dabbing, I'm not brushing it in. And then once again with the crease. With the crease, we're going to make it not touching the eyebrow. I'm just going to do it right here. And we're going to draw out. You really want to think of making a triangle on the end of her eye. And dabbing it in to fill it in. And if you get too sharp of a definition, you really don't want to. You kind of just really want it to blend. You can always just kind of erase it a little bit with your thumb. And then once again, we're going to take the lightest color above it. So as you can see, like Johanna had a little bit of a too sharp of a wing, but this is where the coloring of the lighter color kind of blends it out. But it's not too far up on her eyelid, and it's not too strong underneath her eyebrow. Open and let me see. Okay. So now what we're going to do is her upper eyeliner. So with the older girls, they are going to have eyelashes on, so because of the eyelashes, you do not need too thick of an upper eyeliner. The upper eyeliner for this is really just so if you mess up or if the eyelash isn't too as close to the real eyelash as you want it, then you can't see it that much because the lining from the liquid eyeliner covers it. So I'm not going to do it too thick on her because it's really not going to be seen. So close. Although what I am going to do is I'm going to drag her wing out so it looks like the eyelash that she has really drags it out. Okay. Open for a minute. Okay, close. So we're just going to pull it like this. Open. Look at me. Close. Open. Close. Now I'm going to have you look, but like look that way. And I'm going to go right here. Okay. Actually kind of look straight. Straight but that way, you know what I mean? And I'm going to go right here. It's going to tickle, but try not to blink. I just didn't want to have it. Open. Close. Okay, so this what I just used on Johanna was a felt pen. It is a liquid liner, but it's not the brush liquid liner. The brush is very, it almost looks like a paintbrush, and it doesn't go on as easily. As you could see, like with Johanna, I literally did a wing, and I just dragged it out like that. So this is like probably the best thing for that. Close, we'll do the other eye. Open. look straight and the other way. This way now, yeah. Okay. Look at me. Perfect. Okay. So she has, I did wing it out a little bit, okay? But we're going to save the eyelashes for last because you want to put the eyelashes on last because you want all the makeup on and then you put the eyelashes on. That way the pigment and the little spectacles from the makeup doesn't get in between the glue. Okay, so that is done. And now we're going to do her underneath eyeliner. This is a pencil eyeliner. And like I said before with Gabby, you don't want to do the whole line. I mean, it's totally optional if you can, but you don't want to make it too dark. So I'm just going to kind of line the outside of where I made that wing. I'm just going to meet it. I'm going to go like right here so it doesn't tickle. Look. Good. So you can see, like, it gives her a little bit of a darker, yeah, see, look, keep looking up like that. You can see how, like, she has a little bit right here, but it's dark, but it's not too dark, okay? So you can look straight, and it also gives her a little bit more exaggeration. So now what we're going to do is we can fill in her eyebrows, which is totally optional. This is not something that needs to be done, but it's totally optional if you would like. Crop that out. Okay, so this, what I'm using is just primer. So what you can use, this is actually a mousse that I'm using on her eyelid. But if you don't want to use a mousse, you can just use a pencil, eyeliner pencil. But don't draw it in too thick, okay? Because if you really draw it on and press it on, it comes out too thick and it looks like a marker. You don't want that. So we're really just gonna kind of blend in the empty spaces, you could say. See how it gives her a little bit more of a definition between this one and that one. I'm gonna go to the other line. Let me see. Okay. See how they're a little bit more defined. So with Johanna's eyebrows, she didn't need a lot because she already had thick eyebrows. So you just want to fill in like the empty spaces. So I really just filled in the center right here with her, and then I just kind of dragged it out. But I didn't really like fill in over on the ends of her eyebrows. I really just focused on the inner part of her eyebrows and just filled in what she already had. I did not create a new line with her. Okay, so now what we're going to do is her lipstick. So this is a nude lip liner that I'm using. And you're just going to line where the lip meets her skin. That's where you're going to line it. Go like this for me. Like that. and kind of rub that in. Okay, so that just gives you kind of like a crease of where her lip is. So now I'm using a Cherry Blossom Revlon. Got it at CVS. So just color like that. And then we're just going to kind of line in the lipstick. Okay, rub in. Just keep it upside up. Yeah. Okay, so see how now she's like defined with her lips. So because we're going on stage, we're just going to give her a little bit of shimmer on the lips. So this is literally just a lip gloss, but you don't want a lot on there. So I'm just going to dab on here, dab on top, and then rub in. Really good. So that just gives her a little bit of shimmer on her lips. And now we are going to go into the eyelashes. Let's see. So I have these Ardell eyelashes. These are self-adhesive, so they already have eyelashes on them. For the older girls, you just want plain and simple eyelashes. You really don't want any sparkles on them, just kind of simple. They're a little bit longer than the natural eyelash, but these are probably the best ones to use. But definitely no sparkles. That's definitely not needed. So what I usually do, the best way for me, is I take an eyelash glue and I take a bobby pin and I just really squirt the eyelash glue on my hand, and then I just dab it in to the bobby pin. And then I take the eyelash, I'm going to pull it out. Okay, and then I'm with the bobby pin, like I had the glue on there, and this glue, it comes out white, but it dries clear. So you won't see it. You're just going to line the glue onto the eyelash, the fake eyelash. So it's just lined right there. And then when they close your eye, you kind of want to bring it as close to the eyeliner as you can. Okay, so let's close this eye. I'm going to kind of push on you, okay? I'm going to hold it there for a little bit. Okay, Janina, don't open. That just came out good. Sorry. I kind of tricked you there. And then we're going to pull the other one off, just like I said. And we're going to line it on the bobby pin, like I said. So see, Johanna, as I'm doing this, it's kind of better if you're going to do your own. Just hold it there for a little bit. But if somebody else is doing them, make sure you just keep your eyes closed. The longer you keep your eyes closed, the longer it is for them to stick. So I'm going to go on her other eye. And I'm going to add it on to her other eye. Just kind of fan it out. So the glue does dry. This glue that I actually have, it actually dries black. It comes out white, but it dries black. So this way, that's where the eyeliner came in. So if you messed up on anything, like the eyeliner just covers it, or the glue covers it. So that's good with that. Okay, open up. Are you stuck at all or no?
No.
Okay. So her eyelashes are on, and they still look natural, but you could still see them. We're gonna let those dry a little bit before I touch them. And now we're gonna add her bronzer. Here, right on her cheekbone. So bronzer, you kind of want to remember, it just kind of stays on the cheeks, on her forehead, and then on top of her nose. Because of stage makeup, you can kind of drag it out. Oops, sorry. Top here, and a little bit on her nose, not too much though. And then a little blending on the neck. Perfect. And then now we're going to just put some blush on her. And then make like a kissy face, and like you can see right here. Just kind of want to line her cheekbone really with the blush. Okay, let me see. Okay, so now she has her blush on. So while I did that, I was letting the eyelashes that I put on her, so to make the eyelashes a little bit more elaborate, all we're going to do is put a little bit of mascara on them, on her fake eyelashes. And this also just makes her real eyelash actually blend into the fake eyelash. Okay, so we're just going to blink a little bit. Do the eyelashes feel secure?
Mm-hmm.
With that, and then we're gonna do her. Can you tilt your head down? Yeah. You're just too tall for me. And then a little bit of mascara on the bottom. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Look up. And that is pretty much it for the older girl. So just a recap of what we used. I did the primer, which was the Covergirl. It's a clean oil control. And then I went onto her eyelash. I used the primer, her eyeshadow. I went onto her eyelids and I used the primer. But like I said, you can use any face moisturizer to make it stick. And then I also have the Covergirl eyeshadow palettes. These, I love these. As you can see, I use this one a lot. But the Covergirl eyeshadow palettes is the purple. And then we sectioned it off from the lightest color in her crease. And then you can see into the darker color. And then we triangled off the darkest color into her crease. And then a little bit of lighter on the top. And then I used the felt pen for her liquid eyeliner. And I winged that out. And then underneath I had the pencil eyeliner. And then I went ahead and filled in her eyebrows, and I used a mousse, but you could also use a pencil eyeliner and just kind of blend it in. But like I said, do not create a new line, just fill in what you already have. And then on her lips, I used a Revlon Cherry Blossom color. And then the lip liner was a little bit of, it's called a Nude Light by CoverGirl. And then just a little bit of lip gloss. Any color is really fine, you can use. And then the bronzer and the blush. And then I just went over her eyelashes with some mascara just to give it a little more definition. So there is the look for the older girls. Thanks for watching. Say bye.